Hi, I'm Morgan.
And I'm Jake, and we're
Neverland
Navigation
Navigation
Co.,
Co.
your personal guides to everything Walt Disney World and beyond. And Morgan, where are we today?
We are at the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party in Magic Kingdom.
Today we're going to show you guys all around the party. We're going to show you all the food and drink options available, all the fun decorations, ambiance, lighting, and effects they've got going on. We're going to talk about the ride overlays that they're doing, and we're going to talk about all of the entertainment that is coming to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party this year.
Absolutely. Part.
What was my favorite part? My favorite part was the entertainment. I feel like the show offerings this year, just like they have been in the past, were really high quality, and I was very satisfied with them. How about you?
Yeah, my favorite thing was the firework and castle projection show.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing, right?
Yes, and we got amazing spots by getting there a little bit early and standing there and waiting, and it totally paid off.
And knowing which order to do things in.
Yeah, yeah, that's important. This was the first castle projection show where I really felt like I could really see the projections, and it really paid off on this one because it's a whole new show that you only get to see at this one party.
Right.
This is a hard ticket event that you have to buy a separate ticket for this. And there is a range of prices depending on when you go. The party is offered from August through October 31st, and the closer you get to Halloween, the more expensive it is.
Right. You do get kind of bang for your buck, though, because you can come into Magic Kingdom early on those days as well. You don't need a park ticket.
Right. And I mean, this also, in a lot of cases, you can get on the rides really quickly.
Right.
So if you kind of get in there early, I would suggest if you have a park ticket or an annual pass holder, maybe even a little earlier.
Sure.
That way you can do the rides and then do all of the fun Halloween stuff without having to mess with the rides.
Yeah, the crowds aren't super busy on party days because people don't want to have to leave Magic Kingdom early, so they'll make that a day for some of the other theme parks,
Yes.
Epcot, Hollywood Studios, whatever.
Uh-huh.
So Magic Kingdom wait times can be a little bit lower on party days, so if you can get there a little early, if you already have a ticket for the park or an annual pass, like Morgan was saying, then you kind of get an extra benefit from your Halloween party because you get to take advantage of how low the crowds are.
Right. One of my other favorite things was getting to see everybody's costumes.
Oh my gosh, isn't that always so much fun?
So much fun, and that's not something like that Disney's doing. That's other people like you doing it.
Yeah.
So.
They have a bunch of different kind of special offerings that they do just for the Halloween party, and one of the major ones is that for the Halloween party you can go into the queues or the show buildings of shows and attractions. You go through there and you can get some candy and what they call treat trails.
Mm-hmm.
They give you a fun little bag and you fill it full with candy all through the night, and you can do it however many times through each one as you want.
I would say if you are able to stay until the very end, I would absolutely do that because the crowds do thin out later on in the night. This was not enough. If you got there at 7 when it starts, that's not enough time to do everything.
No.
So just throwing that out there, you've got to prioritize based on what's important to you.
They make it so that you have a bunch of different options to pick from. So if you really want to do everything, then you kind of have to get the jump start on things.
I think even if you got there at 3, you wouldn't get to do everything.
Not every single thing.
No, because
but we got to try a lot of things.
We didn't do any of the character meet and greets this year.
Right, Jack and Sally.
Those have really long lines.
Right, they sure do. So you kind of have to prioritize,
Mm-hmm.
If you want to try a bunch of the fun specialty food stuff, that's one of the things we did. It took a little bit of time away from maybe standing in line for a character meet and greet, doing some of the attraction overlays. If you need to see all of the entertainment offerings, you kind of have to pick what's going to work for you and your party, and then you kind of go from there in terms of making a plan. we knew we wanted to kind of prioritize entertainment and food because those are the things that we were looking to enjoy the most of the party. So we kind of made our plan based on how we could get the best spots for entertainment and how we could kind of navigate around the park to try a little bit of everything with the specialty food.
Yeah, absolutely.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
So when you first walk in, you get your wristband, and then you get a treat bag to go on those, what were they called again?
Treat trails. Yep.
Do we want to talk about dining now?
Absolutely.
I mean, not dining really, because we just snack.
It's kind of grab and go type stuff. It's like fun specialty drinks, fun specialty snacks that they have all around the park that you can take advantage of.
Right.
What was the first thing that you tried?
The first thing that I tried was the buffalo chicken Pop-Tart situation.
Yeah, they call it a pie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that was like a pastry, but it was filled with this buffalo chicken mixture, and it had a hard candy
sugar like eyeball on top.
Yeah,
which was weird, but
yeah,
my family liked that combination. I didn't try it with the sugar eyeball.
It was not really for me. I didn't feel like it was a super high quality chicken by any means, and I kind of felt like it could have been like a frozen, heated up
It probably was
situation, like one of those like Jamaican beef pies or something that you'd get in the freezer aisle of a supermarket kind of.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't something I needed to get twice, but then again, Morgan's daughter did. She wanted a couple, so she really liked it. So that's
it was her favorite.
But if you're looking for a fine dining type experience, I don't know that you're gonna find it with the buffalo chicken tart. But also, hopefully, you're someone who knows that going in, so you're not like mind blown that the buffalo chicken tart wasn't like next level. Yeah.
Right.
We had a lot of stuff.
We
We tried a Hades hot dog.
Yeah, that was crazy spicy.
That was pretty spicy.
Oh, you know what?
I like
would be like
spicy food.
One bite would be kind of spicy, and the next bite would be very, very spicy. So
this was a hot dog. It had a spicy relish on it and a spicy mustard.
It seemed a bit more like a sausage to me, but yeah.
But it was definitely more spicy than I expected it to be. I don't mind spice, but it also didn't have a lot of flavor other than spice. It was kind of just like heat.
I thought it was fun though.
I like a layered flavor. It's got blue mustard on it.
Oh, purple, right?
Purple.
Was it blue? We said it should have been blue, but it was purple.
It was mustard. I don't know what color it was, but it was there.
Yeah. We also got the Coco's
Coco Loco loaded tot situation, which was like cheese and peppers and some type of sauce in there, a spicy sauce. It was pretty good.
Right.
I mean, for as far as tater tots go, I feel like it was fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't Woody's lunchbox loaded tots level good, which is pretty good.
Those,
but it's in the ballpark.
And then we did the apple pie milkshake.
Yeah, not so poisoned.
Yeah. This was not good, but it was very pretty. I actually really liked the aesthetic of it.
It was kind of beautiful. Unfortunately, it didn't. We have a high bar because at Connections Cafe or Eatery in Epcot, they have an apple pie milkshake, and it's delicious.
And that's what I was hoping for.
Tastes like Christmas, Morgan likes to say, but unfortunately, this one wasn't that kind of level of quality.
It wasn't.
It was definitely one of those things that was pretty for a picture, but not satisfying when you eat it.
Right. We also tried the Witch's Cold Brew, which was like an iced coffee.
It had like a pumpkin cream on top.
That pumpkin cream on top was fantastic.
The pumpkin cream really tasted like pumpkin bread or something. Like a pumpkin baked good.
That's where the compliments end.
Yeah, unfortunately,
It
the
wasn't good.
cold brew wasn't a smash for me.
And it wasn't sweet at all, so we had to add some like Splenda and
Yeah, if you like a straight cold brew with all of its bitterness and everything, then this might be
if
something
you're a
that
black coffee kind of person.
we know a couple of them that might appeal to you. But for those of us who like our coffee to taste like basically a milkshake, this definitely was something that we needed to doctor up, and I don't feel like the flavors ever really came together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just need to know your audience.
Right,
you know?
right.
You got to know your taste.
Yeah. If you're a black coffee type of person but you want something fun, this is it. This is
Yeah,
it.
you could go for it. We also tried the Binks cat tail.
Yeah, Binks from Hocus Pocus.
Yep, and he's a cat, and his tail is a croissant. Basically.
It's essentially, I would say, a chocolate croissant, but not a good one.
Right. It's not great. It definitely tastes like chocolate frosting from the store, and like a Costco croissant.
Yeah.
So
I think overall the food was pretty not good tasting, but fun artistically.
yeah, it definitely didn't set the bar for quick serve dining experiences at the Magic Kingdom. But quick serve at Magic Kingdom is pretty terrible all the time anyway, so this was nothing new.
Right.
It was fun looking though, so I guess they get points for that.
Yeah. I was hoping for this event that these food items would taste better, and they didn't. But I mean, just be prepared for that.
Be prepared. Learn from our mistakes as well. We
Yeah.
spent a lot of time trying all the different food things. Maybe
next time, not going to do that.
Maybe our recommendation is to not do that and to instead enjoy some of the other offerings they have.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. There's one other thing we tried, and that was this like cornbread that was at Pecos Bill's that was like made obviously in a pan that made it look like corn, and it was very, very realistic looking.
I feel like Pecos Bill's has really, as a general restaurant, has really gone downhill in the past couple of years. What did you think about this thing?
Okay, I didn't love it. I didn't like it, but but my family liked it fine. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And
maybe good for kids.
Yeah.
Did it taste like corn or what was it?
No, it was like a cornbread, but it was dry. I would have liked it maybe as a cornbread if it was.
That's not okay
dry.
for cornbread. You gotta have a nice like.
But the look of it was very cool because it was like kind of like magic. Because it genuinely, when we got it, we were like, "Wait, is this actual corn?" Because I thought we were getting a cake. It's a corn cake, and then it was
cake.
No, it was cake.
It was cake.
I mean, it was bread. It was like a sweet cornbread.
It wasn't even cake.
Very, like, misleading, but in a fun way, I guess.
Yeah, so it kind of matched the rest of the food where it was very pretty or very presentational, but it didn't deliver on quality.
Right.
What a bummer.
What a bummer.
The food was a miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Are we doing ratings on this?
Yeah, we can do ratings on this.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Mickey Pumpkins?
yeah, tell them.
Okay, so we were going to rate this from 1 to 5 Mickey Halloween pumpkins.
Oh, yeah, that feels right. Sure.
Yeah, and the food gets a 1.5.
Oh, yeah, I would say 1, so we'll do 1.5.
We
That's
can do
fine.
1. It's fine. I wanted to give it that little bit for the
Decoration?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were very Instagrammable.
But that's even worse. It lulls you, you know, it's a catfish. It says it's going to be this delicious, beautiful treat, and then you take a bite of it and you're like, this is frozen from Costco. You know what I mean? So that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. Now we know.
Yeah,
and I've done the Halloween party before, so I should know, but it's been a couple years because COVID kind of interrupted my park going for a while. But
yeah,
I always like to check out the food every now and then just to make sure it's still bad. Don't you worry, it's still bad. So yeah. Another thing that was kind of a bummer is we didn't actually get to experience any of the attraction overlays during our visit to the Halloween party. Pirates of the Caribbean was down for our entire stay at the Halloween party, but the overlay for this one is that they add a couple of live actor pirates to the ride. They have one in the queue.
And they interact with you?
Yeah. And then they have one on the bridge in the ride that's kind of overhead of you, talking to you.
This was the one overlay that I was really looking forward to.
This is my favorite one.
Well, so there are 4 overlays.
Yeah.
And one of them is teacups, which is really just them adding lights.
It's a lighting package, yeah.
And then Space Mountain on the outside of the ride.
The opposite.
Yeah, right. On the outside of the ride, it is lit in fun colors, but on the inside of the ride, they just turn the lights off.
Spooky.
I don't really call that an overlay.
No, that's a budget cut. You
Yeah.
know, they couldn't pay the power bill.
For
Whatever their
real, I
problem is.
don't really understand that as being called an overlay at all.
Um,
Why didn't you put up like Halloween projections in place of the stars?
yeah, if you want to talk about how to do an overlay, I'd like you to visit Disneyland and check out Haunted Mansion Holiday, because that is an overlay. This is you turning the lights off.
I
so-
didn't expect it to be as much as Disneyland's, because that takes them months to do, but I expected it to be somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be nothing, which is what I feel like this is.
They overlay Space Mountain at Disneyland all the time, too.
And they do it with projections.
Yeah, they do it with different things on screen, different projections, different music.
Yeah.
That does not happen here. So,
Right.
yeah, we kind of paid the
And
price.
then the fourth one was Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, which we don't like that. But we were going into the treat trail to go get some candy, and it was like in the Monsters Inc. line, and I was like, we're not getting sucked into this ride, right? And then sure enough, we had to walk through the ride, so it's like it wasn't even happening.
That's a true trick. They
Yeah.
tricked us into
The
walking into
overlay
Monsters
is that
Inc.
they
Laugh
forced
Floor.
us to go to it.
Yeah, the overlay is coercion. It was not fun, like it never is, but also it's a punishment, you know, for going in and getting your treat. They send you out through the laugh floor, so you have to be subject to it for a minute.
Right.
Oh, that's a no for me.
So I would call the ride overlays
A flop.
miss,
An
yeah.
absolute flop. So
if we're
out of,
ranking those, I'm going with a 1.
I'm
I
also
would
going
do
with
less
a 1.
than 1 if I could.
Only in the fact that they're there does it get a 1.
they weren't even really there.
The
you know what I mean?
Pirates one is kind of fun. At
Well,
least it's something.
We're told it wasn't available.
Now, those of
The
you
entire night. We checked like every half an hour for the entire
Yeah,
night.
unfortunately, it was experiencing downtime for some type of reason. So that should not be the regular case for everybody.
Yeah.
But for us, it just meant that the overlay that we actually thought we might enjoy was down, so we didn't get to experience any overlays. So that's
I feel
kind
like
of
they
a
could
bummer.
have thrown some stuff in Jungle Cruise to give it an overlay like they do at Christmas.
At Haunted Mansion, they have actors who sit on the lawn. They're dressed up as ghosts, and they kind of talk to the guests. We didn't get to experience that this time. I got to experience it last time. It's not mind-blowing. It's kind of just a quick character interaction type of thing.
Yeah. Like I thought the Cadaver Dan thing was cool, and that sounds kind of similar.
Yeah.
Where they were
The
dressed-
Dapper Dans.
Dapper Dans, thank you. Were
Yeah.
like dressed as cowboy cadaver, like
Yeah,
dead
in
cowboy.
Frontierland, and they're like
Singing.
Halloween costumes. That's kind of cool. In the history of the Haunted Mansion, there was a Halloween overlay that just included actors kind of chasing you around the ride and scaring you in your doom buggy.
Terrifying.
I feel like that is kind of fun, though, like a
For somebody
memorable
that likes that.
Halloween experience. And so I feel like I wish I could have seen some more creative overlays like
Yeah.
that.
Do
They
you
tried
think
with
that
Pirates.
probably took it because it might have crossed the line into
It's probably dangerous.
not so scary?
Yeah, it was probably dangerous.
Yeah.
So they probably, I would bet that's why they took it away.
Well, yeah. I the ride stuff.
But at
I
least they
just was
tried
disappointed.
something.
But by around midnight, when it was getting close to midnight, you could walk on any ride, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Almost.
Everything was low wait times.
So that is something.
That is true. That still does happen. It was pretty crowded in Magic Kingdom, and we still found that the wait times were pretty low for most of the stuff. So we were kind of happy with that. We weren't really going gung ho, focusing on attractions because we're locals and we get to ride, stuff all the time.
Right.
But if you are someone who is looking to make the most of your Magic Kingdom day, then maybe you save some of those high wait time rides for the Halloween party, because you can't actually do that and pay off. It's
Yeah.
just a matter of priorities, because then you
Yes.
might miss something else you want to do. You can't stand in a 2-hour line to meet Jack and Sally if you also want to nail your e-ticket attractions at Magic Kingdom. So you got to
Yeah.
kind of think ahead.
I would highly recommend making a list of what your priorities are
Yeah.
ahead of time.
And even a little schedule for yourself doesn't hurt. I mean, I
Right.
know for a lot of people, Excel spreadsheets and all that is too far for vacation planning, but just open up your notes app, look at the show times real quick,
Yeah.
and just put together a quick
An
little
idea.
plan of what you want to do. We kind of had that in our heads going, through the party, because we kind of had a hit list that we
I had a note.
wanted to have
I'm a note
accomplished.
kind of person.
Right. So that really is the only way that you're really going to make the most of what you're paying for this hard ticket party.
You have to do that with the snacks too if you decide to do that.
One of the aspects of the Halloween party that I thought was really impressive, though, was the entertainment.
Oh yes, the entertainment was fantastic. That made it for me.
Yeah, I think entertainment is actually the highlight of the Halloween party, and it's the best thing that they have to offer there. I would actually go as far as to say the entertainment is worth going to the Halloween party once just for the entertainment alone.
Right, right.
Right. So we started with Boo to You. We started with the parade. The parade is different from what you would see any other time at Magic Kingdom, obviously, but there is a really interesting mix of characters and IPs that are represented in the parade, and it mixes together for a really fun Halloween celebration. The soundtrack is fun too.
Right.
What do you think about the song Boo to You?
I mean, I like it. I'm not gonna like be playing it. Are you?
No, not really. It's very repetitious, but I think that it is a good starting point for how they mixed in the music from all the other things that were going by.
Right.
I thought it was cool how they were able to make that happen.
Yeah.
So I think Boo to You was a good starting place.
Yeah. Did you have a favorite section of the parade?
I love the Haunted Mansion
That's
section.
by far my favorite.
I love the
section.
grave diggers. I love the bride on her, rolling dress. That's really awesome.
Amazing.
I love
That was
the
my
hitchhiking
favorite.
ghost float. I mean,
So
the Haunted
amazing.
Mansion section is like incredible, right?
Yeah, yeah. Some of the other sections weren't as Halloween as I expected.
I know what you're talking
Well,
about.
yes, the like chicken part.
Wild.
It was weird.
I didn't understand the reasoning here. I
Yeah.
kind of understood that it was supposed to be inspired by hay rides and corn mazes and scarecrows and the kind of farm element of horror and Halloween. But I think it's kind of a swing and a miss because it doesn't match the rest of the parade in any meaningful way. So it kind of just felt random to have the
Yeah.
hen singing opera at the top of the
It was so
roost.
weird.
It just seemed very odd. It's out of
Yeah.
place for me. I much rather would have seen some other properties from Disney represented
Coco.
in there. I would have loved to see maybe I know they've got Pain and Panic and
Yeah.
Hades in there. I would have loved to see some more Hercules
Yeah.
Underworld inspired stuff.
Sure.
Like there's so much Halloween
Yeah.
spooky stuff that Disney does. I mean, I feel like this would have been a great place for that. So it was odd to me that they decided to go the farm route.
Yeah.
Coco, did you say?
Yeah.
Coco
I
would
know
have
it's
been
Day of the
great.
Dead, but it really would have worked more so, I think.
They
than,
have
like a chicken.
Coco items for the food, so clearly they think it goes. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it would be too far of a stretch to have some Coco representation in the parade. That'd be fun.
Right, right. There's definitely a few things they could do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I don't love that part of the parade. I kind of wish, while I'm standing there in real time, I wish I could fast forward through it.
Sure.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
never a good sign.
Yeah. But that Haunted Mansion part really made it.
And overall, I do think that parade is kind of a super memorable parade. Now, the parade is normally led by the Headless Horseman, who rides through on a horse, and it's a really interesting and cool start to the parade. We didn't get the Headless Horseman.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's just gone or I've never seen that. Jake had to tell me about that because this was our first time ever going.
It wasn't until the parade was over that I was like, wait a minute, we never
Yeah.
saw the Headless Horseman. He's like one of the coolest parts of the parade for me, so that was really a bummer.
Right.
It is unfortunate. Maybe it was just a day of kind of thing that couldn't happen, but
Yeah,
hope he comes back.
yeah. And I did expect more of the classic characters in their Halloween costumes to be in the parade. But
Sure. Yeah.
so the next thing we saw was the fireworks show.
Yeah, this was Mickey's Not So Scary Spectacular. This is the fireworks show that is hosted by Jack Skellington. That incorporates the This Is Halloween song from Nightmare Before Christmas, and then kind of cuts to Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, and Pluto going trick-or-treating into a haunted house, which is just Cinderella Castle with projection overlays on it.
Right.
And then they kind of go on this journey.
Well, they follow Zero into that house.
Right. They follow Zero into a haunted house. They go through a bunch of the rooms, and there are spooky things inside, and they come to life on the castle. What did you think?
It was mind-blowing for me. I loved the part where, like, the castle was, like, made out of bones, and there were skeletons.
Yeah.
Dancing, and the whole thing was that whole production show was really, really, like, there's nothing I would have changed about it.
A tasteful use of pyrotechnics, of laser lights, of 3D effects that really enhanced just the projection. And that Jack Skellington puppet is really unbelievable.
Yeah.
I love it. It's because it's a really good interpretation of what Jack could look like.
Right. They just have a hard time with proportions when putting a costume on a real person.
Right. And who could blame them? I mean, the movie itself, he's like real thin and all of that. But yeah, they really nailed it with this puppet. And I think that combining Nightmare Before Christmas, which is kind of a newer Halloween favorite, with like the classic Disney characters going on this almost Disney Channel Halloween special style adventure. I feel like the styles really went well together.
Oh, it's so wonderful.
Yeah.
Definitely my favorite.
That was a home run for me. And then we also got to witness the Sanderson Sisters Spelltacular, which is the stage show that they have, which is different from the fireworks show. They've got 3 entertainment offerings.
You're in my world now, not your world. I got friends on the other side.
He's got friends on the other side. Perhaps he knows Mother. Mother.
This is the Sanderson Sisters show where they try to create a potion to throw the perfect Halloween party, and they need ingredients from many of the Disney villains who come out and perform a musical number.
Yes, and I think that the quality of the show was just really, really good. That could have been those actors up there on stage. You
Costumes, actors, acting, all really high quality. So the Sanderson Sisters are played by live actors who sing and perform their parts live into microphones, and the singing was incredible. And then the Halloween,
so incredible.
Yeah, and then the Halloween villains come out, and they are performing their recorded, lip-synced numbers, but they're really giving a lot of dance, they're giving a lot of choreography, they're giving a lot of presentation. And then when you put all of that together, it makes for this really fun interaction. It's almost got that energy of the Frozen sing-along, how the narrators of that show interact with the audience a little, they interact with the actors who are playing characters from Frozen. It's a lot better than that show and a lot higher budget than that show, but it's got that same kind of like taking the audience in and making them part of the show, and the crossover nature of it. It just comes together in a really fun, lighthearted, satisfying way, and their talent just kind of blows you away.
Yeah,
There's a certain pyrotechnic that happens in the show, and a lot of you probably may know it already, or if you've never been to the party, this is a spoiler, but there's a pyrotechnic that shoots right out of the cauldron when they finally make the spell, and my jaw hit the floor. I forgot it happens, and I was like, that's incredible. Yeah, I love that show. So entertainment, if we're talking about Mickey pumpkins, how many Mickey pumpkins are we talking for entertainment?
5.
I'm talking 5 too. I think Boo to You is about to get to the point where it needs to be updated.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, but
that's the only link that's weakening a little bit.
But the other
me.
2 are so good.
The other 2, they could keep the exact same every year, and I would come back because they're just so incredible.
Right.
And you only get to see them once a year if you only go once a year.
You need to get up as close as possible.
Yeah. So
if you can do the midnight showing, I recommend the midnight showing.
We did those things in that order because those were what we found to be what worked best for getting a good spot for everything, and we had a good spot for everything.
Yeah.
Overall ambiance.
Yeah, decorations.
They've got like a spooky soundtrack that plays. It's cover songs of fun family Halloween songs, and they've got different music for each land. Like Adventureland has its own playlist, Tomorrowland has its own playlist, and then there's lighting packages and some fog and stuff throughout. What did you think of the ambiance?
I loved it.
I think every year they do a little bit better about making everything more decorated throughout the park during the party, not just on Main Street.
Right.
I feel like this year they kind of elevated the decoration.
Yeah, I would give it a 5.
I really enjoyed it. I would say 5 Mickey pumpkins. So overall, would you recommend the Halloween party as an experience?
I would.
I would too, at least once.
If you're not a show person, probably once might be enough for you.
Right.
But,
and I'm not saying once a year. I'm saying you, in your life, at least give it a shot. And if you love it, then hey, you can come back and do it again.
Yeah.
But if you don't love it, you're still going to get candy out of it, but you're also still going to get some really high quality entertainment, and you're going to get low crowds for some of the most popular rides.
Right.
And those two things alone, in combination with the high quality of entertainment and the fun photo ops and ambiance and all the stuff they've got going on, I think it's kind of a memorable experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Plus, who doesn't love dressing up in costumes and everyone telling you they like your costume, you telling people you like their costume, and you get to talk about the things that you enjoy. So
that was one of the best elements for me. I thought it was so fun.
It's like a whole night costume parade.
Yeah.
Lots of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully now you've got all you need to book your next Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. They're sold out for the entire year now. So now you know, keep this video, bookmark this video, put this video somewhere, favorite this video, like this video. So that way you can look back at this when they're announcing ticketing for next year, and you'll know exactly what to do in the spring.
Yeah.
Yeah. So make sure you like this video, go ahead and give us a comment and tell us what you're most excited to witness at the Halloween party.
Yeah.
And subscribe to our channel. That would help us so much, and it'll help you be the first ones to see when we post new Disney content, so you know what to do with the parks.
Yeah, and check us out at neverlandnavigation.co. That's our home base where you can find our blog. You can find links to all of our social media that Jake does. You can find links to our podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. You can find our podcast, Neverland Navigation Radio, on Apple Music, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you listen to podcasts. We're adding new places all the time. And we would love to have you guys on our social media at Neverland Navco, Instagram, and TikTok. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on our next adventure. We're not so at the not so scary Mickey's Halloween party.
Well,
we're fine.
You're giving away your secrets.
We would never dress up in a costume. That's not our kind of thing. But if we wanted to, then the option would be there. You know what I mean?
We are dressed up in costumes.
That's not true.
This is your everyday wear.
This is who I am.
Okay.
This is the real me. It's not a phase, Morgan.
All right. Okay.
They don't pull any of that. Here's a raisin.
Oh, you don't get any cheap candy.
You don't get dental floss.
No.
Hey, yous out there that are giving kids dental floss. We can't say it.
It'll go in the blooper.
No, I hope not.
Oh, well, then tell them.
What do you think, Groot? He says, I am Groot.
Okay, what are we?
Shocking.
Where are we?